Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Thursday. Whoop, 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 whoop. I mean, I know it's not Friday, but still, it's Baby Friday, okay? Bear with us, all right? It's Baby Friday. Just enjoy it, okay? But happy Thursday, guys. It is Thursday, May the 14th. Okay, the time right now for me is 7:43 a.m. So even if you're not seeing this today on the 14th, that's okay. The message can still resonate with you. And also, it does not matter about the time, differences. I only just say the time so that maybe that could be an angel number for you, or this could be a date. Okay, for example, even though it says that it's 7:43 or 7:44 a.m., that could mean July 4th, okay? Or for some of you guys, July could be significant and you could be the age of 43, right? So things like that, okay? Today, I will not be doing any tarot messages. If I do feel called later today, maybe, or just do it tomorrow. But I thought I would switch it up today and do just some oracle messages for today, okay? So let's jump into it. Let's not waste any time. Okay, guys, I will be using a few oracle decks for this message. Basically, I'll be using the same messages, or sorry, the same decks that I use from my tarot and oracle, but instead of using tarot, I'll just use the oracle decks instead. So yeah, let's see what you need to know. Okay, guys. Spirit, what does the collective need to know for May 14th? What can you tell them at this time? And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. And, if you're not having a good day, that's okay. Allow yourself to go through those, emotions, those feelings, and, shake it off, right? Tomorrow's a brand new day, or, just, let it go through you, right? But don't let it take control of you. Okay, guys? So let's see what you need to know. Spirit, please give the collective clear, concise messages. Even if it's not from me and it is from other tarot readers, allow them to still receive clarity. Please and thank you. Okay, so let's see. What messages do you have for the collective, please? What do they need to know for May? Okay, thank you. All right, guys. So first card of the deck is Highest Self, and then we also have Inspiration. All right, guys. So there's something about you guys when it comes to basically you connecting to your higher self. It almost feels like each and every day moves on or moves forward. It's almost like you guys are connecting to your higher self more frequently, okay? It's like the energy, the frequency, everything about it, right? The vibration, it's changing, it's switching up. And you may notice certain things being attracted to you. You may also notice there's certain things that you no longer want to be around or you don't want to deal with because your vibration is rising, okay? It looks different for a lot of other people, but for some of you guys, when it comes to your energy, some of you guys could feel like maybe you were tired or, restless, but now today maybe, or the next few days or so, you could feel like you could do a lot more, okay? This could be because Gemini and Taurus will be in the new moon, and this is going to give you a lot of grounded communication, persistence, adaptability, things like that, right? So there is something about your higher self and you connecting and also seeing something when it comes to inspiration, right? There's something that you could be inspired by. Someone could be inspiring you. You could be actually inspiring other people, okay? But there's something about opening up your third eye. Now, I don't recommend that to anybody who's not comfortable or ready to do that. But if you have already started opening up your third eye and doing those type of things, then there is something about your energy where you could be seeing things differently, receiving ideas more frequently. They're flowing a lot more easily, things like that, okay? So let's see. So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective, please? What inspiration do they have at this time? What is inspiring the collective at this time? That's funny. Okay, so yeah, Gemini energy, curiosity, okay? If you look at the keywords of Gemini, definitely you will see curiosity, okay? Some of you guys are very curious at this time. This could be learning new things. This could be, basically understanding different topics or reading up on different topics, right? So take whatever resonates with that. There's something about people being curious about your energy. Okay, that could be significant as well because this person is looking through like a little tiny keyhole. But there's something about your energy when it comes to curiosity, okay? I know the saying, they say, curiosity killed the cat, right? But That's not the case for you guys, okay? Something about you guys being able to explore, expand, okay? Even when it comes to different cultures or people, just learning about that, right? Especially if you live somewhere where maybe you don't see a lot of diversity, right? Maybe you don't see a lot of that. Maybe you're, wanting to see that. And also traveling could be very significant. Even if it's not traveling to a different country, some of you guys could be doing that, but say you can't afford to travel right now at this time, which is understandable. Things are happening. I get that, right? But this could be, past your neighborhood, okay? And I'm not saying neighborhoods that are a little bit, don't do it if it's a little iffy, okay? Because there's certain places I can understand where you cannot travel to. There's certain things that have not changed. But when it comes to diversity, for example, like Canada, right? Canada is a very diverse country. There's a lot of different cultures and people and races that live here. So it is very easy for us to adapt and understand different cultures and kind of come together basically as a community, because there's so many different people that live here, right? I know the United States can be the same thing, but sometimes it depends on where you live because each state is different. And not only that, it just depends on cultures, right? Because I know, like, most West Indian people, they live in New York. Okay. Not saying that they don't live anywhere else. There are probably other places, they live, but most of the time they're in New York. Okay. But there's something about curiosity and learning, wholeness. Okay. So whatever it is that you guys are learning, whether this is different topics or cultures or just learning more about yourself, you are feeling whole at this time with the angel number 10. Okay. So 1010 is very significant. Some of you guys are feeling whole within yourself. You guys are ending cycles, stepping into new beginnings. This is also talking about being in alignment, okay, with your body, your mind, and your spirit, okay, stepping into your purpose, right? And there's something about your purpose unfolding. Some of you guys, your integrity is also significant. It's also giving that yin yang energy where you are balanced, okay? You are balanced with your light, your dark, okay? Your masculine and feminine, right? So take what resonates with that too. But there's something about your integrity that is showing up in a certain way, that even with your morals, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, not everybody has morals, okay? Which is kind of messed up. But you would be very surprised that, some of the people that are closest to you sometimes don't have any morals, okay? Not to say that anything could be wrong with that. That's their prerogative. But for the collective, maybe you guys move a certain way. Maybe you act a certain way. Maybe you carry yourself a certain way, right? Not to say that we're better than anybody, but there's something about not wanting to do certain things just because the masses say it's okay to do it, right? There's something about not being a sheep, being a wolf, and following your own drum, okay? Sheep follow. And there's something about society right now where even if people think that things are right or wrong, they're still going to follow whatever it is that they're following. You guys are not like that you guys have, back home we say it's broad-tupsy, okay, basically. So there's something about integrity, right? Following your integrity, listening to your integrity, moving with integrity is also significant, right? And that is very important because how you show up is a representation of not just only yourself, but the people that you attract as well, okay? So if you're attracting negative energy, it's almost like, are you being negative, right? Not to say you guys are, but as an example, it's like, you ever met somebody who's always saying, oh, this always keeps happening to me, but it's always constant. It's never like a balance where some days are good, some days are bad. It's like constant. And then you start talking to that person, then all of a sudden you get sucked into that negativity. It's what you attract, okay? Sometimes moving away from that could be very helpful too, right? Yeah. You guys are connected, okay? You're connected. There's something about being connected to source or higher self, okay? Domino effects are very significant too. It's almost like, you may do something and then it's almost like other people will follow. And this is what I'm saying, where when it comes to your integrity, sheep are very significant. So it's almost like if somebody's putting out negative energy and people in the collective say they follow that, then obviously, we're just attracting negativity, right? But if you're moving in integrity and say you're showing up in that frequency, that energy or vibration, there's something about you being connected to your higher self, okay? And not only just being connected to your higher self, it causing a domino effect where other people can follow that same path, okay? When it comes to their morals, what they believe in, okay? Standing in their beliefs, okay? We have the journey. So there's something about your journey. You guys are growing, okay? Roses or flowers or tulips, any type of flowers are very significant. Planting seeds could be very significant as well. These seeds that you guys have been planting could be physically, metaphorically, okay? This could be also, say you planted seeds in the last few weeks, months, years. There's something about that coming into fruition, okay? But there's something about growth, okay? You could be the flower that's growing, okay? There's also something about your emotions that are very significant. Every time I see this card too, that's very significant. Someone could be very curious about your emotions, or when it comes to your emotions, you make people very curious. Whether they're happy, they're sad, they're mad, okay, confused, whatever that is, right? But you are so connected to your emotions and to your curiosity that even it makes other people want to know more about who you are, how you are the way you are, what you've gone through, okay? And it's not that it's making people nosy. Don't get me wrong. People can be nosy, but there's a different energy about this where people could be curious about you because basically how you showcase your emotions, right? And the way that you showcase your emotions, it's almost like it's opening up a different frequency to people who don't even feel this way. You may be surprised, but there are people out there that go about their day to day and they just go. They don't think about how they feel. They don't think about what they like, they don't like. They just get up, go to work, and do it all over again. But sometimes there are some of you guys that get up, go to work, or get up, go to school, or get up and do whatever you have to do. And you start to question certain things and wonder, what am I doing, right? How can I change my perspectives, or how can I change what I don't like? Okay, if it's a job, you wonder, what can I do to fulfill me if I don't like my job? Because not everybody is a creative, not everybody's an entrepreneur, and I get that. That's why I usually say, some of you guys could be changing your 9 to 5. Look, I'm not a hater. We got to do what we have to do at the end of the day. And even if we all know that life is a matrix, we still got to pay bills, unfortunately. We still have to be adults and be responsible about certain things. I know I see some videos where people say, you get paid to exist, which is true, but not everybody's faith is the same, okay? That is why with my readings, I try to be as realistic as possible because not everybody is going to be on the same path when it comes to, entrepreneurship and things like that, okay? Would it be nice for everybody to be entrepreneurs? Of course. That'd be amazing. Everybody just funneling money to, all their communities and, supporting one. That would be amazing. But we get that life in society has a role to play. We all have a role to play. And some of us, we just have to do what we have to do. But your emotions could be very significant when it comes to your work or what fulfills you. Some of you guys could be into psychology, counseling, coaching, teaching, basically anything that help people regulate their emotions and how they feel, okay? So take what resonates with that. I'm going to see if I can get 3 more cards, okay? So Spirit, what else does the collective need to know at this time? Thank you. I like how that just flipped out like a flapjack. Okay. Yeah, inner child. Like I said, you're feeling whole. Anybody who still connects with their inner child, you will always feel whole within yourself. And because you guys connect with your inner child, you will definitely have people who will try to snatch that away from you. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it, guys. I'm telling you, even as old as you may be, you could be in your 20s, your 30s, or 40s, and you could be still collecting plushies, okay? Things like that, action figures. Listen, if you were not able to do certain things when you were younger, I don't blame you guys using your adult money and buying things that fulfill you and make you happy. Sometimes it's not even about a job. Sometimes it's about being able to honor your childhood, honor the things that you missed out on, honoring your feelings, honoring things that people told you don't do that, or you're not supposed to do that, or, things like that, okay? So connecting to your inner child is making you feel whole. You're feeling happiness, okay? We have change when it comes to, like I said, your energy, frequency, integrity. We also have clarity, right? So like I said, you guys are connected. You guys are receiving clarity. There's something about the changes that are happening around you, and you guys are receiving a lot of clarity about that because you are connected. We also have awakened. We have gratitude, and then we also have money, okay? So like I said, when it comes to you being awakened, being curious and inspired, having gratitude for the things that you have and the things that you don't have yet, okay? Even when it comes to support or people around you, showing gratitude, showing that when it comes to your emotions, you are grateful for anything that has happened in your life, no matter how it happened. Even if it was the worst thing that could have happened to you, you look at it from a different perspective because you can say, I learned from that and I grew from that. Is it hard to get to that place? Sometimes, right? Sometimes, but you're able to still put yourself out there in that sense. And because you guys are like that, your integrity and money could be very significant. There's something about your integrity and money. It's like you do things to make you happy. You don't care about the money. You don't care about, the title, whatever it is, right? Some people want a job because of the title. You just want a job that fulfills you, okay? So if you are emotionally connected, you might be wanting to do work in medical, holistic, wellness, that kind of stuff, right? At the bottom, we have beacon. You guys are following your own light. Okay, guys, I'm going to see what else I can get here. Because with this energy, it's like you guys are slowly learning, you guys are changing, you guys are adapting, okay? So yeah, reflection. It's almost like you guys are a reflection of other people that are around you, or you allow people to reflect within themselves, okay? It's like a mirror. With the awakened card, right? We have balance, right? So it's like you bring balance in situations and you illuminate as well. Your energy is illuminating. You illuminate your energy. You shine your energy onto certain things and people, okay? With surrender at the bottom of the deck and growth. Again, surrender and growth. You guys are surrendering to growth. And that's actually really beautiful, okay? Because it's not as easy as people make it seem, okay? When it comes to your growth and you learning, things about yourself as you get older or as each day goes by, it's not as easy as people try to make it seem. It takes time, it takes patience, but it doesn't mean that you're not on the right path, and it doesn't mean that you guys are not doing the right thing. You are, right? So take what resonates with that, okay? Yeah, we have water with the number 18, and we have storms, okay? So like I said, with balance behind this, even if you guys are going through storms or challenges or obstacles or anything like that, you're still illuminating, you're still shining and finding balance in some way or form, okay? With the number 18 here, this is about completion of self, okay? When it comes to, like I said, material and spiritual alignment, like I said, integrity and money are very, significant, right? And even with the number 9, I always say that talks about completion, okay? So stepping in your power, stepping into a newer beginning is very significant. 21 equals 3. Well, not literally, but 2 and 1, okay, equal 3. Okay, this talks about, your partnerships and how you connect with other people, and also independence and new beginnings, right? And even when it comes to like communication and how you self-express, that is very significant, right? It's almost like it's allowing you to be playful, or it's allowing you to be very expressive, because like I said, some of you guys could have things that you do where maybe as a kid you weren't able to do it, and now you're able to do it, and you're seeing the joy and the light in that, okay? I'm going to see if I can get one more card. What else do you have for the collective spirit? What else do you have for them? What else do they need to know? Give me one more card for the collective to end out this deck. Thank you. Okay, affluence, right? Something about you receiving when it comes to change. And it's funny how 5 equals change, and it's funny how this came right above this one. Okay, so there's something about you guys when it comes to money, when it comes to abundance, when it comes to things like that, okay? Receiving finally what you desire, what you want. And like I said, you don't have to be the richest person, and it doesn't have to be the most money. money. For some of you guys, even if it's just $20 an hour, you don't care. As long as you're doing something that makes you happy, that's all that matters. You could have people around you who are so superficial that you could be working just a regular job, right? Say it's like you being a courier or being someone that works in an office, and you don't care about titles and things like that. You just want to make sure you get paid. You can buy whatever you want. Okay, you can, enjoy, the fruits of your labor, whatever that may be for some of you. And you could have people that are like, oh, you don't have like a new car, like a BMW or a Porsche or this or that, and you're just looking at the person like, it is what it is, okay? As long as I have a car to get me from point A to B, I don't care what I drive, okay? And you may have people that are like that. They're so superficial that they think that if you don't have the brand new car, the brand new home, the bag of kids, the marriage, the ring, the this, the that, basically what society wants everybody to be deep inside of, because you're somebody who goes with the flow, you don't care, you just want to be happy and content, you really will have people judging you because of that. And that's okay. Allow them to judge you guys, because you're happy at the end of the day, whether you have the kids or you don't, you have the car or you don't, you have the home or you don't care. You're just happy to just exist. Okay, soulmate energy, my lotion. Soulmate energy. Okay, you guys are connecting to, people when it comes to soulmate energy and healer, okay? Soulmates don't have to be relationships and romantics, that kind of thing. It could be friendships, okay? It could be just meeting people around the world, okay? Like in person, online, but you're connecting with soulmate energy because you are a healer, okay? Some of you guys are healers. Some of you guys are finding out that you are healers. There's something about your healing energy as well. Okay, so let's see what else shows up. Ooh, yeah, guys, success. Okay, this card just flipped out out of nowhere. Okay, success, and then meditation as well at the bottom. But there's something about success, and then there's also something about perfect timing. All right, guys, and don't stop at the bottom of the deck. Okay, guys, so yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I actually liked how this message turned out for some of you guys in the collective. So yeah, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to leave it on a good positive note because I like that, okay? But anyways, take what resonates with you guys, and also follow me on YouTube and TikTok, okay? Like I always say, closed captions are better on YouTube, so you guys can check me out there. And again, follow me on my website at www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. You guys can check out my website for booking readings, or you guys can check out my blog. As you guys can see, I've posted a few blogs over the last few days. I've been going a little blog crazy. But I thought maybe I would share some, information and things that maybe you guys already know, but I just like to put it in one space on my website. So there's the new moon, there's Taurus season, there's connecting with your body with Taurus season, and all that good stuff. All right. But thank you guys for liking, sharing, reposting if you do, things like that. I appreciate that. It actually helps me with, my channel and stuff like that. So even if you guys are not able to book readings and stuff like that, which you guys know that I do understand, and obviously, again, things will change eventually. But right now, I know that everybody is in a time frame or period where financially everybody has to, focus on themselves and worry about themselves. And I get that. I totally understand that. Hey, don't get me wrong. Why do you think I'm still looking for a part-time job or something on the side so I can also funnel and channel the money or whatever that I get into my business, right? So even if it's a like, a comment that it resonates, whatever it is, right? I'm not forcing you guys to comment, obviously, but I do see comments that, people will say, hey, that's crazy, that resonates, or whatever the case is. So I appreciate that. I would love to show gratitude and say that I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And, I'm very proud of you guys, even though I don't know you. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of your growth, especially whoever this resonates with this message. And keep pushing, keep moving forward, okay, guys? Keep doing what you guys are doing because it's working, okay? And if anybody else around you does not, understand your path or respect your path, kapooey. That's okay. You understand your path, and that's all that matters. Okay, guys? I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful Thursday, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys? Bye.